Let me tell you about a case that'll leave your jaw on the floor. A woman's whole life flipped upside down in one courtroom because of a single photograph, except the photo wasn't even real. It all started with Maya Torres, a 28-year-old nurse. She wasn't rich, she wasn't famous, but she had worked her way up, supporting her sick mom and little brother. People in her neighborhood respected her because she was tough but kind. Now, Maya had one big mistake in her past, her ex-boyfriend, Derek Sloan. At first, Derek seemed charming, the kind of guy who made you laugh, but behind closed doors he was manipulative and controlling. After 3 years of drama, Maya finally cut him off. Derek didn't take it well. He swore she'd regret walking away. At the time, she brushed it off like bitter talk. She had no idea how far he'd go. Fast forward a year. Maya was doing fine, working double shifts, saving to move her family to a better apartment. Then, out of nowhere, police showed up at her door one evening with a warrant. They said she was being charged with assault and battery. Maya froze. She hadn't laid a hand on anyone. They showed her the evidence. A photo. And not just any photo, it was a picture of a woman's face, bruised and swollen, with a timestamp and a note that read, "After Maya hit me." The alleged victim? Derek's new girlfriend. Maya couldn't believe her eyes. She had never touched that woman. But the picture looked convincing. Her stomach dropped when the officers cuffed her. Her mom cried on the couch, her little brother watched in silence, terrified. From that moment, Maya thought, okay, once I get to court, the truth will come out. They'll see this is fake. But she underestimated two things, how determined Derek was, and how broken the system could be. Court day came. The courtroom smelled of old wood and tension. Maya sat with her public defender, who looked like he had too many cases stacked on his desk to care deeply about hers. On the other side, Derek sat smug, his arm around his new girlfriend, the so-called victim. The prosecutor held up the photo like it was a smoking gun. "This," he said, "is proof of the defendant's violent attack." Maya's heart pounded. She whispered to her lawyer, "Tell them it's fake. Tell them I wasn't even there that night." Her lawyer shrugged and said, "We'll get our chance." But here's the kicker, when the defense tried to challenge the photo, the judge shut it down. "The picture speaks for itself," he said. "We are not wasting the court's time questioning its validity unless you bring expert proof." Expert proof? Maya didn't have money for an expensive forensic analyst. She worked night shifts just to keep the lights on. Derek knew that. He counted on it. The trial moved fast, almost like it was scripted. Derek's girlfriend cried on the stand, pointing at Maya, saying, "She attacked me. She hates me for being with Derek." Derek played the grieving partner, holding her hand. And Maya just sat there, feeling the walls close in. Her lawyer did try. He pointed out inconsistencies, no medical records, no police report from the night of the supposed attack. But every time he pushed, the judge shut him down. It was like the judge had already decided the ending before the story even began. Then came the verdict, guilty. The word echoed in her skull. The sentence? 2 years in county jail. Maya couldn't breathe. Her mom collapsed in tears, and her brother shouted, "She didn't do anything." Bailiffs dragged him out. As they led Maya away, she looked back at Derek. He smirked. That smirk told her everything, he knew he won. Inside jail, Maya's world turned gray. She lost her job. Her mom's health got worse because Maya wasn't there. Her brother started skipping school. Maya spent nights staring at the ceiling, replaying everything. One photo, that's all it took to destroy her. But here's where the story turns. After 6 months inside, Maya got a letter from a stranger. It was from Jordan, a freelance journalist who had been following corruption cases. Jordan had stumbled on Maya's trial records and noticed how flimsy the evidence was. He reached out. Maya wrote back, pouring her heart onto the pages. She explained everything, her history with Derek, how the judge ignored her, how the photo was fake. Jordan decided to dig deeper. What he found was shocking. The bruised photo? It was lifted off a stock image site. Someone had photoshopped details onto it to make it look personal. Jordan tracked the original picture down, published years earlier on a medical blog. The injured face wasn't even Derek's girlfriend. Jordan tried to get the story out. He emailed the DA's office, filed public requests, even confronted the prosecutor. But here's the chilling part, nobody cared. Officials said the case is closed. She was convicted. He posted the side-by-side photos online, the original stock image versus the so-called evidence. The post exploded. Thousands of people shared it, demanding Maya's release. After weeks of noise, the court reluctantly agreed to a review. When the truth came out officially, the judge looked uncomfortable, the prosecutor avoided eye contact. Derek didn't even show up. Finally, after almost a year behind bars, Maya was released. No apology, no compensation, just released, like the system was doing her a favor. When she walked out of those gates, her mom hugged her so tight, both crying. But inside, Maya was forever changed. She had lost everything, her job, her savings, her reputation. She had been branded guilty by society, and even though she was free, the scars stayed. And what about Derek? Here's the part that stings. 4 months, nothing happened to him. But when Jordan's story kept gaining traction, Derek finally faced charges for perjury and evidence tampering. Still, his sentence was light compared to the damage he caused. Now, let me pause here. Because the real point isn't just Maya's pain, it is what this says about the system we all trust. One fake photo. One judge unwilling to look deeper. And an innocent woman lost a year of her life. Think about that. If Jordan hadn't stepped in, Maya would have served her full sentence. She would have walked out years later branded as a violent criminal, all because someone with a grudge knew how to play the system. The moral? Evidence isn't always truth. Courts aren't always fair. And silence only helps the liars win. So the next time you hear about a case where things don't add up, remember Maya. Remember that behind headlines are real lives, and sometimes the truth gets buried unless somebody fights to uncover it. If this story shook you, don't just scroll away. Hit that like button so more people hear it. Drop a comment with your thoughts, what would you have done in Maya's shoes? And share this video, because the system counts on us being quiet. Don't be quiet. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, kindly hit the subscribe button now and get instant notification for more interesting stories like this.